because it was so compact and like the deaths there were deaths right in front of us, and they weren't helping at all.
I'm sorry, did you say what was in front of you?
Like dead bodies in front of us.
Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner said they were devastated to learn that at least 8 people, including teenagers, died after a chaotic crowd surge toward a stage where the rapper was performing at Friday's Astroworld festival in Houston. Jenner, the cosmetics mogul and reality TV star, said the two were not aware of fatalities until after the show. What was her statement about this tragedy? Could it be that they realized what was happening and decided not to say anything or call the paramedics or stop the concert? What is their perspective on this event? Before continuing, don't forget to follow us on our channel and subscribe to receive notifications every time we upload a new video. And now, yes, let's begin. A video showed Scott's concert continued despite desperate pleas for help from the crowd, stopping about an hour after concertgoers were in distress, with some yelling for help and trying to get officials to stop the show. Attendees described the chaos as hell and partying in a graveyard as the music played on and the Apple Music livestream continued. Jenner, 24, who is pregnant with the couple's second child, wrote on her Instagram story early Sunday that she and Scott were broken and devastated by the loss of life, and that they were praying for those injured and affected. Jenner said that she wanted to make it clear they weren't aware of any fatalities until the news came out after the show. Jenner wrote that filming and performing would not have continued if they were fully aware of the scale of the chaos unfolding among the 50,000-person crowd. Jenner was criticized on social media for posting video footage from the concert on her Instagram that also featured an ambulance attempting to navigate its way through the crowd to assist those in need of emergency care. Scott tweeted that he was absolutely devastated by what took place. On his Instagram story, Scott told followers he was working to assist the families through this tough time. Scott, who appeared distressed as he rubbed his head and closed his eyes repeatedly, said, quote, "My fans really mean the world to me, and I always want to leave them with a positive experience." He called on those who attended the concert to share whatever information they had with the authorities. While the rapper paused his set at least 4 times, including once asking security personnel to assist an assistant who had passed out, many on social media criticized officials and the star for not finishing the show sooner. Rapper Roddy Ricch, who was one of many artists to perform at the festival, took to Instagram to say that he would donate his net compensation from the event to the families of the victims. Veteran rapper Master P, who performed earlier that Friday afternoon, posted a snippet of his set to Instagram showing a jovial but jam-packed crowd waving their arms as he played. Quote, "Life is too short. Tell your loved ones you love them when you walk out the door because you never know." Master P wrote in the post's caption. The singer and songwriter S.A., who also took the stage Friday, said on Twitter that she was in shock after learning of the fatalities that night. "Just praying for everyone in Houston, especially the families of those that lost their lives," she wrote. And Kanye West, who was not at Astroworld but has collaborated with Scott and was married to Jenner's half-sister Kim Kardashian, memorialized the dead in the latest edition of his semi-regular worship music performance. The show, known as Sunday Service, was dedicated to the loved ones of Astroworld. Before this year's festival began, some feared for the security conditions given the crowds that were to attend. A security plan obtained by the New York Times pointed to some worrisome aspects. Quote, "Based on the design of the site and numerous past experiences, the possibility of incidents related to alcohol or drugs, the possible need for an evacuation, and the threat of a mass incident were identified as the key concerns," the document explains. Before Scott took the stage, local news broadcasts recorded fans breaking into the venue and bypassing security checks. In a statement, Finner explained how during the short and respectful meeting, he was able to communicate his public safety concerns and told the rapper to be aware of his team's messages on social media about any unscheduled events. So how could this tragedy have happened? The rapper is known for his wild gigs and has had trouble in the past for inciting dangerous behavior. In 2015, he was charged with disorderly conduct after encouraging his fans in Chicago to ignore security and take the stage. 2 years later, he saw a fan hanging from a balcony on the second floor of a concert hall and tried to convince him to jump. At the same concert, a 27-year-old spectator was left paralyzed after being pushed into the void from a third-floor box. In 2019, hundreds of fans surpassed the barriers of the Astroworld Festival, which ended with 3 people in the hospital with minor injuries. Police later wrote on Twitter that the concert was understaffed and that the, quote, promoters were not prepared for large crowds. The statement was deleted sometime later. What do the witnesses say? One of those attending the concert, Madeline Eskins, a nurse by profession, spoke with CNN and described the experience inside the venue. Eskins, who attended the event with her boyfriend, explained that people started pushing onto the stage as soon as Scott started his performance, and immediately afterward, her body began to feel compressed. I felt a constant pressure on my chest, a constant pressure on my back. On one side, they were crushing me. I tried to lift my arms to try to open space, but it didn't work, she said. The pressure mounted when Scott started performing, and Eskins intermittently passed out so she couldn't see what was going on, but she could feel the crowd crowding around. The next thing she remembers is that someone grabbed her, led her through a fence, and sat her in a chair, where she lost consciousness again, only to wake up later in a different area with a bottle of water on her lap. To all this, what have the organizers said? In a statement on Twitter, the organizers of the Astroworld Festival announced the cancellation of all concerts scheduled for Saturday. They affirmed that their heart goes out to the festival's family, especially those who have lost their loved ones, and they assured that they are in communication with the local authorities to help them in the investigation. Hundreds of people, including a 10-year-old child, suffered injuries. Some were rushed from NRG Park in Houston, where the festival took place, to hospitals. 10 people, ranging in age from 9 to 27, were killed. Here is what we know about the lives that were lost. Franco Patino, 21, a senior at the University of Dayton in Ohio, was among those who died at the music festival. For John Hilgert, 14, a freshman, green ribbons appeared at Memorial High School, just outside of Houston. Brianna Rodriguez, 16, was a student at Heights High School in Houston and was a drill dancer as part of the band program, which paid tribute to her on Saturday on Twitter. Rudy Pena, 23, was another one of the victims. This tragedy just shouldn't have happened, and now Travis and Drake, as well as the organizers, are being legally questioned to get to the bottom of the case and find out what went wrong in this event. Our hearts and support go out to all the families and people injured or affected by this event. We hope that everyone else will recover quickly, and we can only wait for more news about this tragic event. Tell us below what your theories are. What would you have done if you were there in that sea of people? How would you have asked for help? And do you think Travis could do more to help the people who were hurt? Why didn't he listen to all the people who were yelling to stop this event? There are so many questions that have arisen from this. Don't forget to comment, and if you like this video, follow us for more content.